All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is Jilton Joe again. Same day, I've lit another cigar, so fun little bar pull action, and drinking some St. Arnold's French Press. Now, there you go. So I just finished the show, and then the shit fucking hit the fan. So we got to do another show because of this. Number one, just coming down, the Los Angeles Angels or the Los Angeles Angels Anaheim, whatever the fuck you want to say. They just fired Joe Madden amid the 12-game losing streak. Not only that, we got some new information on Deshaun here, so I kind of want to get into both of these here with everything, and this is a developing situation here, so just kind of bear with me as far as this goes. But as I mentioned to you here. Yeah, let's see. This is what ESPN's reporting. The Angels have fired manager Joe Madden amid a 12-game losing streak. Phil Nevin has been named the interim manager. Monday's 1-0 loss to the Red Sox dropped the Angels to 27-29, second in the AL West, and 8.5 games behind the Houston Astros. He was in his third season. Madden was leading the team to a 131-48 record, and they just fired him. So he's gone. Also, too, I forgot to get the Phil Mickelson and the whole. The whole thing with the Live Tour. But Phil Mickelson and Dustin Johnson are going to be are welcome to play the U.S. Open next week under a USGA decision announced Tuesday that puts the open nature of the championship over a player's decision to play in the Saudi-funded rival league. Mickelson and Johnson are among a dozen players in the Live Golf Invitational this week are exempt from the U.S. Open on June 16th to the 19th at the Country Club outside of Boston. Both have said they plan to play their third major of the year. Among other Open championships who signed up for the new league are Sergio Garcia, Louis Oftisen, I can never remember his name, and then Kevin Na. Basically, and then Phil had a response basically that said, hey, Phil had a response basically saying, like, sorry, not sorry, they're, I don't agree with them. They have a horrible human rights effort, but they're going to pay me a shit ton of money, so I'm taking the fucking money, which, I don't necessarily have a problem with. You can say he's a bad guy and everything, too. I get that. That's completely understandable as well. But as far as that goes, so we didn't even get into that either. I totally forgot about that. So that we got that going on, and then there recently here, there is a New York Times. Article that's out. I'll try to share it to my Twitter here. About, and the headline is how the Texans in a spa enabled Deshaun Watson's troubling behavior. Apparently, Watson met at least 66, that's 66 women for massages over a 17-month period, far more than previously known. He had help from the Houston Texans, including non-disclosure agreements in making the appointments. I'm going to try and go through this here and just kind of wrap, because we talked about Deshaun a little bit earlier, but this is kind of a crazy thing. Like I said, this is breaking news here, so I'm just trying to go with it. Let's see. So the Times Review also showed that Watson's conduct was enabled, knowingly or not, by the team he played for at the time, the Houston Texans, which provided the venue Watson used for some of the appointments. The team representative also furnished him with a non-disclosure agreement after a woman who is now suing him threatened online to expose his behavior. So there's that. All right. Watson has said publicly that he hired 40 different therapists across 5 seasons in Houston, but the Times found that he booked appointments with at least 66 different women in just the 17 months from fall of 2019 to the spring of 2021. A few of the additional women speaking publicly for the first time described the experiences undercut Watson's insistence that he was seeking professional massage therapy. One woman who did not sue Watson or complain to the police at the time told the Times that he was persistent in his request for sexual acts during the massage, including, quote, begging her to put her mouth on his penis. Quote, I specifically had to say, no, I can't do that. And that's when I went into asking him, what is it like being famous? Like, what's going on? You're about to mess up everything. Let's see. I'm just trying to kind of go through this here. Like I said, this is all breaking at the time. It's not clear when he began looking for so many different women to give him massages. Let's see. Not all women who gave massages have detailed their interactions with him. The 66 women, or 24 who have sued him, including 2 who have filed suits within the last week, a woman who sued but then withdrew, 2 women who filed criminal complaints, at least 15 therapists who issued statements in support of Watson, at least 4 therapists contracted by the Texans, 5 women identified by the plaintiff's lawyers, and at least 15 others who appointed with confirmed through 15 other women confirmed appointments with Watson confirmed through interviews or records. Let's see. Let's see. Once again, this is all breaking. I'm reading this to y'all now as I'm reading it. Let's see. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Says most of the women that Watson saw for massages did not sue or call police, but even some who did not complain said Watson came looking for sex. Let's see. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Yeah. So this woman who spoke on a condition of anonymity to protect her privacy said in an interview she began by working on Watson's back, but when he flipped over, she said his demeanor and voice changed, and he began aggressively dictating where he wanted her to touch him. In their first session, she said he got into happy baby yoga pose on his back with his feet in his hands and asked her to massage between his testicles and anus. She laughed at the request but said that he grabbed her wrist and put her hand there. The woman said that Watson twice initiated sexual intercourse, once by pulling down the scrubs she was wearing. She and Watson knew each other from around town and were friendly terms. She admitted she let him proceed with these sexual acts. I didn't know how to tell him no. Wow, yeah, damn. Let's see. Watson began frequently at a spa in a strip mall off Interstate 45, at least 30-minute drive from his home. He found a new spa on Instagram and sent a message. The owner, Dion Lewis, became a resource for Watson, able to connect him with multiple women for massages. She looked out for him, she said, in a disposition, sometimes arranging for a security guard when Watson came in, concerned with the expensive cars he drove to target him a robbery. She also got things for him. Let's see. One was the woman who said Watson begged her for oral sex. She described how he tried to build up to sexual acts, starting with his request that she work on his behind and go higher up on his inner thighs, which put her hands uncomfortably close to his testicles. When he flipped over, she said he exposed with an erection, but she refused to his request for oral sex. She didn't sue him. Let's see. Drove to her hotel, touched her penis with her hand. Let's see. What else we got here? Yeah, and then, of course, the anus ones and all that kind of stuff. Says after Smith stopped working at New Spot, she posted a message with a phone number. So days later, when Watson went back to the Texas Stadium, he found an NDA in his locker. He later sent a disposition that Brent Nakara, a former Secret Service agent who was the Texas Director of Security, put it in there after Watson told him about Smith's Instagram posts. Let's see. It's unclear whether Texas knew how many massages Watson was getting or who was providing them, but resources helped support his massage habit away from the team. Let's see. At least 7 women met him as a hotel room for appointments. Texans weren't aware of the massage appointments at the hotel. And let's see. And let's go about Harden. Let's see. Yeah, basically things are not looking good for Deshaun Watson, and that's kind of, let's see, yeah, I'll retweet this on the thing, but holy footballs. Anyway, just wanted to add this addendum here, because like I said, this was all breaking news. So, Angels fired Joe Madden. New York Times article from Deshaun, and yeah, and then we forgot about the Live Tour on the PGA. So a lot of shit going on there, but I'll post those to the Twitter page. So at JJ Sports Show 63. That's at JJ Sports Show 63. So We'll pick up this conversation a little bit later. We'll see where more comes out. But it looks like Deshaun's in trouble here. Not trouble, but I'm just saying that kind of what I was saying in the beginning, that he was definitely looking for sex. And then when he did not get it, it did turn into predatory behavior. If I'm the NFL, man, I think this is a year-long suspension at the very least. At the very least. I mean, this is some because like I said, because what Zeke got 6 games, I think, with no criminal charges. Roethlisberger got a few games too. I mean, this is, like I said, this is all breaking and stuff. I'm gonna top off my beer here. This is kind of cray-cray. But like I said, since we just finished the show here, I was like, well, I gotta get on here. So Joe Madden out as Angels manager. And then, of course, Deshaun Watson, the New York Times article. Like I said, I'll retweet that so you can read it for yourself. But it's, it definitely looks like Deshaun was acting at the very least predatory behavior here. So we'll see what the NFL ends up doing with that. Like I said, if I'm Roger Goodell, I think they're going to suspend him for a season. That's just me personally. I mean, we're all speculating, but I mean, there's got to be something before training camp starts, I would assume. Before this, but this is not, because once again, it's conduct detrimental to the league. I think this foots the bill for conduct detrimental to the league. To be completely honest with you, if we're just spitballing here. So yeah. I mean, I don't think they're going to kick him out of the league or anything like that. Because once again, these are civil suits. These are not, all the law stuff has been dropped. But once again, Deshaun Watson at the very least has a fetish and has also exhibited predatory behavior against these women. So once again, being here in Houston, and not a fan of, even not being a fan of the Texans, I am glad that he's not a Texan anymore, and this is Cleveland's problem now. Now, remember, Cleveland has not traded Baker Mayfield as of yet. And Baker might not be happy. What do you do if you're Baker Mayfield in this situation? You tell the Browns to go fuck themselves? After all this, if Watson does get suspended for a year? Man, I don't know. But like I said, I just wanted to jump back on here since this all broke within the last, hour or so since I left you last, and everything. So that's kind of the big story. And then, of course, too, with the not only that, with the Angels firing Joe Madden on top of it. Holy hell, man. And then we got the PGA shit going on, where that's a whole nother topic with human rights and things of that nature. Damn. Shit just got real. That's all I'm saying, man. So, but anyway. And Roger Goodell's got to do something at some point here. And like I said, I mean, this gets you into the whole, I mean, if is Baker going to say, go fuck yourself? Tell the Browns to go fuck themselves. He very may will. And I wouldn't blame him if he did. This was, they knew what they were getting themselves into by doing this. And I think, too, if he gets suspended for a year, I think the suspension gets upheld. They might go for 2 just so it gets down to a year. We'll see what happens. But holy shitballs, Batman. So, yeah. All right, well, concludes breaking news here, and once again, I'll retweet that at JJ Sports Show 63 on Twitter. That's at JJ Sports Show 63 at Twitter, or on Twitter, excuse me, and I'll retweet what the Time story said, and I'll talk to y'all next week. We'll see how this develops, and I'll talk to y'all next week. But yeah, this is pretty crazy, y'all. So yeah, once again, the recap: New York Times article, Deshaun not looking good. For his reputation at the very least. Angels fire Joe Madden. And, yeah. That's all I got. All right, y'all. So that's breaking news. Cheers. Talk to you later. All right.